Yeah, I'm not gonna do that. That's weird. Anyway, well, I'm not the type of Asian to do that. I'm just like crazy Asian. Anyway, here's the thing, that if you're going through this now, what I call the spiritual awakening, then you probably want to stay here and watch this video. Well, tune in. Okay, that's what's revving up my energy, you know. I'm gonna turn into Super Saiyan in the future. Anyway, so that's a joke. You're here because you're probably lost, or like most of the world are lost. Now, neither is good or bad, but if you're lost, you lost part of yourself. You lost an identity. You were associating an identity to it, you know. And when the time came when I was spiritually awakened, most people, like, the thing that happened is it's strange sometimes. It seemed magical. Like, it was like magic for me. It was like finding a key and opening the door, and you saw a whole new world. That's what spiritual awakening is that somehow all these things that we used to believe are untrue, and it's shattered because our belief system has fallen, and we used to believe in those things, you know, those things that society, your parents, your teachers, your family, your peers thought it was, you know, what was it? What's the word? You know, thought that it was reality. Matter of fact, it's not reality at all. You know, there's 7 point something billion. There's 7 billion people in this world, and there's probably going to be more, or is more. That we have 7 point something billion different realities. Now, the spiritual awakening from 2012. Most people think it was the end of the world. It wasn't the end of the world. People thought, but it was awakening something inside of you. You know, our whole life we live the expectation of others. We think that we can make them happy, but at the end of your days, you'll figure and you will say, why did I not do something that I wanted to do? It's not for selfish purpose reasons, but if you have a calling, you must do it if it's your purpose. Now, I never had any ambition, you might say. And I just want to live a simple life. But of course, you know, as you grow older, life is not that simple. But we tend to get it backwards, you know. We think that if we do something simple, our life will always be easier, you know. That's why we have technology. It makes us life much easier. Some are bad with technology, some are good, but that's for another talk in the future. Now, from 2011, I was going through what they call it the dark night of the soul. Sounds dark, doesn't it? Yeah, it was dark. I didn't know when it was going to last. I went through that from 2 years, and I couldn't, because I had my heart broken, and I was lost, okay? I was wondering, why was I here? Why do we have to die and grow old? Why is the world the way it is? What is my purpose in life? So here's the question and of course I was angry. The fact that why did I lose? It's not lose. Why did it happen to me? And you know, for years I couldn't figure out why was it happening. It hurt so much and I couldn't figure. Of course now for me it's already healed. I'm not stuck by my past. I'm not emotionally stuck. You know, most people are emotionally stuck to their past, therefore they relive their past as if it was true, so they never actually move forward. Unless you heal that part of yourself, you can never move forward. Unless you figure out what's, like, it's really deep. In essence, we are spiritual beings. not having human experience or physical experience, they say. But if you're going through the dark night of the soul, something's happening for you, to you. The way that you saw the world is changing rapidly. And the way that you see things is going to change. It's strange when I said it a long time ago because I thought I was crazy. But I wasn't crazy. Many things happened through the... while I was experiencing it, many people was also experiencing this phenomena. What is the spiritual awakening that I keep talking about or keep bringing up? Well, I believe that we live our whole life outside of this subjective reality that we have. Subjective mean we have this inner being that we close off. We always chase things outside of us, chase the car, chase the things, chase a lot of things, and it never make us happy. And we were broken by the system. And system meaning the system that people play. Meaning people are being played by society ideas, I could say if you get most people believe in if you get a good job, get good grades. Most people believe in if you go to school for a certain years, you'll be successful. But what if it's not true? But what if that you do something that you probably like or love, and you probably become successful? Because most people believe that there's only one way to be successful. That's going to school. And school has its own issue, so I'm going to make that another video because it's in its subject by itself. There's a reason why I'm passionate about that, but that's a whole nother subject. From 2011, it was like I was so angry and I was hurt. I was depressed. I was asking, why is this happening to me? And it's because I loved a girl and she broke my heart. I still love her today, but she broke it. And she may not know that. She may not believe me say that. But I do love her a lot. And I still love her. She means the world to me. But it's okay. It's too emotional. But anyway, I thought that she was the one to be with forever. And it was so hard for me to see that. I was so in love with her. I could not see any other way. I couldn't live without her. That's what I was taught, And I was afraid that no one would love me. No one would like me for who I am, for what I did, or whatever. For whatever reason. I didn't want to be alone. Because once you were together, you felt it ripped you apart. And you felt that nobody could replace her. Or replace them or him. Because over the years, I keep trying to find ways to reminisce my past, my memory I can remember. Usually you can remember things if you're emotionalized, That's what the school system have not taught us. But anyway, I was trying to find out. I remember I was working and I was taking a break and I was sitting near the stairs of where I work, and I was looking across the stairs, and there was a girl who was working. I don't know who she was. I didn't know who she was, but I was trying to look my ex and then put it onto her because I miss her. But anyways, spiritual awakening is about being aware of who you really are. Being aware that there's that there are spiritual laws in this universe. And that if you understand these principles, it could change your life. But most people believe that it cannot change your life. It's not real. I mean, the laws of physics is real. For every action, there's an opposite reaction, And most people believe in this See, I don't believe I used to be Buddhist, but I'm not Buddhist. I don't associate with any religion. I realize I'm spiritual, but I'm not religious. That's another subject on its own. Now, when you're in this spiritual awakening, you're aware of something happening, like subjectively and then outside of you. Like, if you somehow you change your inner world, your outer world changes. Like coincidence happened to me, and probably happened to other people. You begin to become aware of your subjective reality. You begin to aware that if you change certain mood state or you change your mind, something would happen the way you want it to. Now, most people say it's a self-fulfilling prophecy. It can be. But also it could be something mystical. But most people think it's woo-woo. But it's not woo-woo in a sense. In science, they said we living in the universe with vibration. We human, in essence, vibrate or radiate out energy, and it actually influences objects and people, especially people, not intellectually but subconsciously, because we humans are radio station throwing off vibration, but also their vibration actually here. What was they called? Radio wave. You know, that's why they have transfer of, like Wi-Fi. Wi-Fi is vibration. Same crap, right? But awareness is you're being aware that there's a bigger part of this universe. Not just because I used to believe, and like everybody else believed, that this universe is chaos and full random. But if it was random, then we wouldn't be here. It wouldn't, because the earth is just right near to the sun. They call it the Goldilocks zone. If it was off to a degree, we wouldn't be living. If it's too hot, too cold, we wouldn't be alive. In order for the plants and animal and humans and to truly be alive, it had to be just right, the Goldilocks zone. And that if we understand, because when I was spiritually awakened, I was saying, that's strange, why good things happen, and why if I think really negative things, bad things happen. They call, people call it the law of attraction. You can find it. When I was hearing law of attraction, as you hear in my interview with my friend, he gave me the law of attraction, and I was hooked, and I was studying every subject. I was studying what this must be untrue. Most people don't believe in the law of attraction. That's okay. But in their life, they probably have coincidences. But I don't believe in coincidence. I think that you can cause things to happen for you, if you understand this principle. Because they have, in the Kabbalion, they have the 7 Hermetic principle, the law of cause and effect, the law of correspondence, the law of vibration, the law of mentalism, the law of rhythm, the law of gender, the law of, I forgot, polarity, that you can tap. It's all, basically it's mental law. And that you can use this law to your advantage. You can use it to elevate your success. But most people, I'm telling you, I'm not big on small talk. When I go out or when I talk to people, it's sometimes people. For me, I like to have a deep conversation with most of stuff that most people couldn't comprehend or couldn't actually talk to me. It's hard when you try to explain, but they would disagree because they're associating this reality, the corporeal state that we're in, the physical manifestation of these things that surround us everyday life. People are blinded by physical things because people use their physical senses or physical eyes to see the world, and after that, when they see the world, they interpret with their mind. You see, the mind interpret your reality, not the other way around. They say if you see it, you believe it. That's not quite true. You believe it, and then you will see it. But most people don't believe that. Excuse me. Now, during those years when I was spiritually awakened, I found something peculiar about this universe. The universe is actually listening to you, and it hears your every thoughts and your emotions. But if you use the thought and emotion and you put it out to the universe, it come back to you. You know, that's what they have the Wicca. If you don't believe in Wicca or, you know, witchcraft, you know, everything that people associate with, you know, if you send their energy out, come back. You know, I don't believe in. I mean, most people. The reason why most people get scared of something because they're afraid. It's unknown. But the thing is, if you want to know the thing, then go ahead to know it so you won't be scared of it. You know. That's why, if you want to truly understand something, learn. So, when I was spiritually awakened, I was trying to study why is the universe like that, and I found out. So, first off, I read, the first book I ever read for self-help is The Power of the Subconscious Mind. It's a pretty good book. And when you understand, it's marvelous. When you understand how it works, your subconscious, your conscious, very interesting. And then, of course, I mean, I didn't read this earlier, but this is the Kabbalah. I'm talking about the 7 Hermetic principle. And I had a book where it associated Alan Watts, not Walker, where he was talking about how that gods are at play, that God, we are God, and we're the God are playing hide and seek or something. I can't remember. I have to reread that. I read Napoleon Think and Grow Rich. Most people think is, you know, rich is money or monetary. It's not. It can be anything. You know, the health of your body, the relationship, you know, your family, you know, stuff like that, or happiness. Because if you don't, I believe that people chase things, but they're temporary happiness, and they're usually depressed. And The Alchemist. The reason why I get The Alchemist was because, you know, Will Smith changed the way I view things about the universe. And they have also Jim Carrey, when he talked about, Jim Carrey probably read Think and Grow Rich, you know. A lot of people read Think and Grow Rich. That's why they're famous. But, could be. But most people believe in luck, but I don't believe in luck. See, luck is... I used to think that I have bad luck and luck, you know. Why is this always happening to me? No. Why are you putting that words into you? You know. The story that you play in your mind will cause you to do things that you either want or don't want. So, it's a great book. And then, of course, this book, The Secret. Now, The Secret missed a lot of things, but of course a lot of people like it. I don't want to say it, but it's true. Once you understand the whole concept of things, but The Secret bring awareness to people that they have this power, the inner power to create the life that they want. But in that book, they didn't tell you it's going to be work, a lot of work that you got to put into it. It doesn't. You can manifest right away, but it doesn't tell you the whole thing that you have to get rid of. Sometimes the limiting belief that you have that cause you to take action, which cause you to get the result that you want. Now, over the years, I have absorbed a lot. Not absorb, but observe people and the universe. I have seen strange things over my life. I have I did do manifestation. I have tried to attract the thing that I want, and it worked. Anyway, that's not here to talk about manifestation, law of attraction, and thing like that, but about awareness and then the spiritual awakening. Somewhere along the line, you're going to get lost. Most people are lost, and that you don't know who you are. And that's a good place to be, but it's dark. I know, I understand. I was there, and I felt that it was so real, and I was hurt. You know, I was in pain. You know, I was sad. All I did was I wanted to just sleep and dream. I don't want it to wake up, because when I woke up, I would see this darkness. You know, that I had to live with. I thought I was live for the rest of it, or when it's going to end. But once you are aware that after you went through the dark night of the soul, something will happen. It will usually be good, because out of that darkness, you find light. You find this inner awareness that you will bring to your surface, and when it becomes something you see for the first time, and everything begin to fall and shatter, like a mirror cracked and it's shattered. But this time it won't be shattered. It's shattered. For me, it shattered every single thing that I believe in to be true. You know, when we were a kid, we believe in things that aren't true, but adults believe it to be true. And I feel sad for people who believe in these things, because either way, if you don't change the way you see the world, you're going to hate your life. You're going to be walking around that thing in your head, and you see it for what it is, and you say, my life will never get good, you know. And people have this misconception about how, yeah, we should not be selfish, or we should not be happy. You can choose to be happy. That's up to you. We have free will. And whoever tell you we don't have free will, there, my friend and I used to talk about predestined or destiny. You see, you choose your own destiny. You choose where you want to go. You can, and your higher self. You know, nobody told you that you have a higher self. You know, you're guided. But sometimes we live in a male-dominant society. Sometimes we suppress our feminine side. You know, we should we should bring up our feminine side. It's the energy. It's the law of gender. You know, everything has a gender in it. You know, the male and the female energy. But also it has another law. But anyway, that when you, because I was watching one of the spiritual awakening video, until then I didn't know who it was, but I just watched it and I was unaware. You know, once you're aware, you can do great things. But once you're not aware and you're sleeping, because most people are sleeping right now. Sleeping, it's not actually physical, but actually mental. You know, most people are keep out of light when they see a lot of things that they don't understand. You know, why people always get good luck? Why is he always getting the thing he wants? Well, there's something that you probably don't know, and that is because he know that he's going to get it. He believe it with his soul. He believe it. And when he believe it to be true, and when he believe it with conviction, and he emotionalize it, he believe something happened to him. And that is, he caused things to come to him via attraction. He started to attract the books, the ideas, the people into his life. And something began to happen. He become a different person. He become something more. And something changes him or her. And he see the world much more different from the people who are sleeping. And there are people who are sleeping right now. They think about, this is nonsense. But if it was nonsense, they're probably, there are people who are skeptic, and there are people who are a believer. And I'm not here to, force you to believe what I believe. I know if you actually believe what I believe is a whole nother crazy story, but, the reason why most people feel uncomfortable when they hear the woo-woo thing is because they have inputted, they have been programmed when they were a kid to believe the thing that, most people believe. Society, teachers, parents, and, your peers. They were wrong. They have not picked up a book and read it. Now, it's not so bad. Most people, of course, they said the average person in America only read one book a year. I get that. But, that's why most people say school is important. But it becomes not important when you realize that it has nothing to do with anything. And most people think that going to school for many years you'll become successful. I doubt that. You can become successful if you do the thing that you want. Now, you're not, in my definition or my standards, is that if you're not doing what you want, or you're not doing something that to your higher purpose, or doing something that calls you to a higher calling, or doing something that make you great, and you're not successful. You're successful to the degree to where you intelligently act upon what you want. But for me, success, most people view success as like one way, but it's not a one-way view, okay? Most people, see, your success is probably not my success, and your happiness is not my happiness. It's different, we're different human beings. We're unique, I get that. Now, here's the thing. Most people think that if you're following a path of going to school, get a good grade, you become successful, because that's what most people want for you. But it's not what you want, is it? You want something. You want to become a great artist, a manga, a drawer, a singer. But no, people push that down and say you can't do that. Why can't you do that? Why? Because we have been conditioned to believe that things are impossible. Because as you grow old, what happens to you? You believe that it can't be done. And you believe that it's impossible. And you believe a lot of things that's so negative. I get that. I get people say you gotta be realistic. What the crap is that? Being realistic will set you so low you will not be happy. Most people say, oh, you gotta be realistic. For what? Why you gotta be realistic? Why? Because you will be disappointed? Heck no, you won't be disappointed. You know why? You're gonna do something that will inspire so many people you don't even know. And then you will do something and you find out that you can't do it. It's not even impossible. People are afraid to go out of their comfort zone. People are afraid. And then once they find out that's what happened when you're spiritual awakening. You find out this thing that people believe is ridiculous. People ideas are absurd to the degree that they believe in this thing. That what caused them to take action, which lead them to results. People, it's human psychology. Once you understand psychology, you understand people, because that's people you're dealing with. Once you understand humans, and once you understand the brain and the mind, then you start to see something strange that underneath it all the ideas that we have are broken. We see, it used to work that you used to go to work for your whole life and get a pension. But it doesn't work like that anymore. Most people believe in going to college or school, get this certain type of money just for that, But they don't understand something behind this school system. And then they go to student loan debt for even worse, and they become the slave to 9 to 5 work. But that's another topic for another day. Today we're talking about spiritual awakening. When you awaken something inside of you. You begin to listen to your intuition. That's where I began. That's where I developed my intuition. I wasn't aware that I can feel people's energy. I can tell them if they're good or bad by feeling their energy. Their energy can feel. You see, energy is warm. Energy is warm. But dark energy, or a person that's bad, is really cold and dark. But a good person is warm. Like happiness, if it influences the energy. Most people believe in this ridiculous notion about school. I don't believe in school. Now most people say, how could you say that? You should be honest. I am honest. That's what makes this video authentic. If I was lying to you, it would not be authentic, is it? Most people believe a thing that it's, these corporeal state that I'm hitting is actually vibrating. That's why now we have a cell phone where it uses freaking frequency. We humans are radiating out frequency. Now anyway, awareness. How do we build awareness? Well, being aware that you're being aware, right? How? Well, you can gather knowledge. Knowledge actually built awareness. But you also have to take action. So when you take action, you experience it and you become aware. For instance, if you use the law of attraction to attract the thing you want, use it. You become aware that you have this power. Now, we were close off, you know. The law of, that's what they have it. The law of correspondence. Your inner world will reflect your outer world, right? Whatever happened in the inside will happen out the outside, because the outside is a mirror, a reflection, as the late Earl Nightingale said. The world is a huge giant mirror, okay? It reflects back to you what you think of, your dominant thought. For somehow it arranged a lot of things. Most people believe in ridiculous things. Anyway, I said that already. Now, if you not have heard Ralph Smart or Infinite Water, you should check his video out. I don't remember his video, but he has Spiritual Awakening. So before I cut this off, I want to read you this. Heed these words, you who wish to probe the depths of nature. If you do not find within yourself that which you seek, neither will you find it outside. If you ignore the wonders of your own house, how do you expect to find other wonders? In you is hidden the treasure of treasure. Know thyself, and you will know the universe and the gods. Oracle of Delphi. You will, once you understand your inner world and the connection with this inner world, with your higher being, they call it God or intelligent, infinite intelligence, or superconscious, you can actually mold your world to the way you want it to. Sound impossible? Try it. It had worked for me. Why can't it work for you? And subscribe to my channel, like my video. I'll see you next time.